Okay, so let us start with a very wonderful question this time. This is the last lecture for continuity chapter. So the question is fx given as box of x sine pi by box of x plus 1. This you can write as box of x plus 1. We know that. That's a property of greatest integer function. Now, first of all, what the question is? We have to comment about the continuity of the function f. Okay. So first of all, the domain of f is this. Why is this so? Because the only region where there can be discontinuity, where the value of function is not defined, means those points which are not in domain can only come when this box value is going to be 0. And when is this box value going to be 0? It is when x belongs to -1 to 0. Clear? Where -1 is closed and 0 is opened, right? Therefore, the domain is going to -infinity to -1 open union closed 0 to infinity. Fine. Now, next point is when x is not an integer, f is going to be continuous, basically constant. Why is this so? Because in all those regions, it is going to be of the type f is equal to integer into sine pi by integer. This is going to be a constant over a range of values. For instance, let us see one example. When x belongs to close 3 to open 4, the value of f is going to be 3 sine pi by 4. And when x belongs to closed 4 to open 5, this is going to be 4 sine pi by 5. This means over this entire range, this is basically going to be a constant value. Over this entire range, this is also going to be a constant value. So basically what we have to do, the points at which there can be discontinuity, those are the integers. Clear? Because if it is not an integer, this is basically going to be of this form and hence basically a constant. Clear? Let's move ahead. So the points of discontinuity can be integers. Clear, I guess? Next, we have to check LHL and RHL. LHL, how we can do? Just by taking I minus, means limit x tends to I minus. So basically I am finding f of I minus, writing in a shorthand form. So this is going to be I minus 1 because the box of I minus is going to be I minus 1. Clear? For instance, if I take the integer, let's say 4. So what is the box of 4 minus? Means something like 3.999. It is going to be 3 and 3 is going to be I minus 1. Clear? So this is going to be I minus 1 into sine of pi I minus 1 plus 1. You can see the question was this denominator is going to be box of x plus 1. So this plus 1 is going to be basically I. Fine. Now let us move ahead. In RHL, how to do f of I plus? This is basically limit x tends to I plus f of x. So I'm just writing in shorthand form. This is going to be I sine pi I plus I. Now how is this so? Because I plus, for instance, let me take again the example of I as 4. So I plus is something like 4.00001. So therefore its box is going to be 4 and we have taken the integer I, so that is equal to 4. Therefore I plus box is going to be I. Clear? So it is going to be I sine pi I plus 1. And basically we have to also evaluate f of I. F of I is going to be I sine pi I plus 1. Now clearly RHL and the function value is going to be equal. But one more thing is important to notice is that LHL is not going to be RHL for any integer. Clear? Because these two values are clearly distinct. Let us take some notes here. First is -1 is not in the domain. That is clear because I defined the domain there. Therefore, -1 is going to be a point of discontinuity. Remember, for continuous, you require those two conditions. The first ones that I have covered means it should be in the domain, the point should be in the domain, as well as LHL equal to RHL equal to the function value at that point. But if any of the condition is not going to be satisfied at a given point, then we can say that the function is discontinuous at that point. Therefore, it is going to be discontinuous at -1, first of all. Next, we have to check at 0 because 0 is a special condition. The domain, you remember, contained closed 0 to infinity. If you remember, just above it was there. Let me scroll up so that you can see that the domain contained this thing. You can see the domain contained this thing, closed 0 to infinity. Fine. Therefore, what we have to do? Just we have to check the right hand continuous of the point x equal to 0. So is it right hand continuous? Yeah, because RHL is going to be the value of f of I all the times. We have clearly shown it here. Therefore, at 0, if fx is right continuous, then we can say that f is continuous at x equal to 0, because LHL is not defined to be there. What is 0 minus f of 0 minus? There is no such thing existing. Therefore, it is going to be continuous at x equal to 0. Fine. Thus, the result is f of x is going to be continuous at all integers except x equal to 0. Fine. And not defined at x equal to -1, but we can say that it is going to be discontinuous at -1. Clear? And in the middle region between -1 to 0, it is not defined, so we do not like to comment about that mostly. But at integers x equal to 0, it is continuous, but at all other integers, this is going to be discontinuous. Now, this is the question for the motivation to study composite functions continuity. So given fx is such that 1 plus x when x belongs to 0 to 2 and 3 minus x when x belongs to 2 to 3. So basically you have to comment about the continuity of the function f of fx. So how to do this kind of questions? Let us start by defining the continuity of composite functions. So this is going to last topic in continuity. Continuity of composite function. F of gx is discontinuous at where gx is discontinuous. It should be clear. Where gx is discontinuous, f of gx is going to be discontinuous. And the second condition is, let's say a is a point of discontinuity for f. Clear? Then the roots or those value of x for which g of x is equal to a is also going to be a point of discontinuity. Clear? So for composite functions such as f of gx, how to decide the points at which the composite function is discontinuous? First, where gx is discontinuous, all those x values, and the second is that at the roots of gx equal to a, where a is a point of discontinuity for f. Clear? So let us try to solve some questions. The first question is very easy. Let us say gx is given as sec x and fx is equal to 1 by x square minus 1. First of all, from point 1 where gx is discontinuous, where gx is discontinuous, it is x belongs to 2n plus 1 pi by 2. Clear? Because 1 by cos x and all those stuff you know. And second, whenever gx equal to a, okay, so the second point says that at the roots of gx equal to a, where a is a point of discontinuity for f. So a is a point of discontinuity. What the values of a can be? A can be equal to plus or minus 1. Clear? Then the function is discontinuous at those 2 points. So if g of x is equal to a, means sec square x is equal to 1 at all those points, also there would be discontinuity. Therefore sec square x equal to 1, the solution is x equal to n pi. Means basically cos x is also going to be plus minus 1 and therefore x equal to n pi. So I think the conditions are clear now, that whenever gx is discontinuous, or all those points which are the roots of gx equal to a, where a is a point of discontinuity for f. This example should clearly make you understand these 2 points. Let's try some more questions before ending this class, and obviously going back to that question that I have shown you. Okay, again similar type of question. This I think you can solve easily, very easy. Fx equal to 3 minus x square, this is a minus sign here, 3 minus x square by 2 plus x square, and gx is tan of x. Again you have to comment about the continuity or discontinuity of f of gx. Fine. So that is easy. Again, so what you have to do from point 1, what we can say, that at all the points of x is equal to 2n plus 1 pi by 2, tan x is going to be discontinuous. Clear? And this is not going to discontinuous anywhere, so from second point we are not going to get any other extra points. Therefore the points at which discontinuous is going to be this only. Let us move to next question. Next question is also similar, and it says fx is equal to 1 by x square plus x minus 2 and gx is 1 by x minus 1, and again we have to comment about f of gx. First of all, from first point, wherever gx is discontinuous, that is going to be a point of discontinuity, and from there we get x equal to 1. Clear? And secondly, fx equal to 1 by x square plus x minus 2. So what are the points of discontinuity for f? Means these are the values of a, so a is going to be 1 and minus 2. Clear? This is arrow mark, this is not less than sign, so a is going to be 1 and minus 2. Clear? So whenever gx is equal to 1, or gx is equal to 2, all the x that we obtain, that are also going to be the point of discontinuity for f of gx. So gx equal to 1, just solve it. 1 by x minus 1 is equal to 1. So x is going to be equal to 2, and gx equal to minus 2, solve it, we're going to get x equal to half. So the point of discontinuity, from point 1 we get x equal to 1, and from point 2 we get x equal to 2 and x equal to half. I hope the point 1 and 2 both are clear to you now. So let us move to the final question for this thing. So the question was, fx was given to be 1 plus x when x belongs to 0 to 2, closed, and 3 minus x when x belongs to 2 to 3, open and closed. So let us see what is f of fx. F of fx is going to be this. Simply just putting the value of fx instead of x. 1 plus fx when fx belongs to 0 to 2, and 3 minus fx when fx belongs to 2 to 3. Clear? Let us consider the first thing. Let us consider 0 less than equal to fx less than equal to 2. Fine. When is this possible? This is possible when this value is between this and this. Means, let us say when x belongs to this, then fx value is 1 plus x. So what we want, fx between 0 to 2. So if x is between 0 to 2, just substitute the value of fx here. What we get? 0 is less than equal to 1 plus x is less than 2, and 0 is less than x is less than 2. Clear? This and this, we have to take the intersection. From here we get minus 1 less than equal to x less than equal to 1, and from here we get 0 less than equal to x less than equal to 2. This we get the intersection. 0 is not included and 1 is included. Therefore, whenever x varies between open 0 to closed 1, f of fx is going to be 1 plus fx, and fx is 1 plus x because we have taken the condition x initially belonged to this. Clear? I hope this is clear. Let us check the second condition, means the second part. This is also possible. This thing is also possible when x lies between open 2 to close 3 and 3 minus x lies between close 0 to close 2. Clear? Because if we take x value as this, then fx value is going to be this, 3 minus x. Fine. So 0 is less than equal to 3 minus x is less than 2. Solving it, we get x lies between open 1 to close 3 and 2 less than x less than equal to 3, and from there we get x belongs to open 2 to close 3. Taking intersection, we get this thing. So for the region x belongs to open 2 to close 3, we are going to get f of fx as 1 plus fx, and fx here is going to be 3 minus x for this region. Okay, so we get some ideas about this thing. This part means this first part. Let us consider when 0 less than equal to fx less than equal to 2. Now let us move ahead. We have to consider the second case also, when fx lies between open 2 to close 3. Clear? There again similar calculations we have to do. When x lies between 0 to 2, fx is going to be 1 plus x. So 1 plus x must lie between 2 and 3. Solving this, we get this, and solving the second part of and we're going to get this. We take the intersection and we result the range of x values as x belongs to open 1 to closed 2. And when x belongs to 1 to 2, the value of f of fx is going to be 3 minus fx, and fx is going to be 1 plus x because we initially considered x belongs to this. Clear? So this is going to be 2 minus x. So for this region, f of fx value is 2 minus x. Now second part, this is also possible when x belongs to 2 to 3 and 3 minus x belongs to 2 to 3. But this is making a problem because we solve this and get x belongs to close 0 to open 1, and here we get x belongs to open 2 to close 3. Therefore this is going to be fine. So what we get, that, let me clear a bit the page. So in this in the final case, we are not getting from this condition, this two condition. Okay, so in the region x belongs to 0 to 1, f of fx is going to be 2 plus x. Let's draw the graph. 0 to 1, 2 plus x. Clear? This line, this part, this line. Next is when x belongs to 1 to 2, we solved here. X belongs to 1 to 2, it is going to be 2 minus x. Clear? So 2 minus x, this thing. And just check the points of boundary where it is included, where it is not. We have clearly derived that in this solution. You can pause and think about a bit more also. And the third case, 2 to 3. So 2 to 3, f of fx is equal to 4 minus x. We have solved here. So just check out here, 4 minus x. At 2 it is 2, at 3 it is equal to 1. So this is the final graph of f of fx which we obtain by solving various cases and conditions. This is the value of f of fx. Clear? Now, so what are the point of discontinuity? At 0 we have to check right continuous. Here we have to check the right continuous. Here we have to check the left continuous, and in between it should be always continuous. Means LHL equal to RHL equal to function value. Clearly right continuous, clearly left continuous. But let me erase this a bit. But at 1 and at 2 there is clearly a jump discontinuity. Clear? Because at 1 LHL value is 3, RHL value is 1, and function value of at 1 is going to be 3. So LHL is not equal to RHL, jump discontinuity. And here none is getting to infinity. And at 2 also LHL is going to be 0, RHL is going to be 2, and function value is 0. So LHL not equal to RHL, again a jump discontinuity. Therefore, the solution means the points at which the function is going to be not continuous are x equal to 1 and x equal to 2. And this is the graph of f of fx. So I think this completes the chapter of continuity, and from the next lecture I would be starting differentiability. It is also a very short topic, so it would not take also large amount of time, but I hope you saw various examples of continuity. You have tried certain questions, you have got certain example from these lectures, and I hope you continue your practice, and if any doubt, post in the comments below. Thank you. Enjoy learning.